Welcome to Chapter 6, Becoming Curious and Observant. Becoming cultural intelligence is really a mindset shift. It's about being more open and curious at the same time, and also humble and patient. When there's any kind of situation and you approach it from a place of curiosity, that's why you can learn so many great things. And also, it's important to approach and assume a positive intent and hold back judgment. So the things you can look for is, let's say you are going to a new company. You are meeting, onboarding, you walk around, let's say look in the office, the interactions, how do the employees interact with the boss? Is it like friendly? Body language, are they smiling, are they happy to be there, or are the employees a bit stiff? Or is the boss kind of looking down? It could be something like that. If you're traveling somewhere, you can look at the gender roles. Okay, how are genders reacting? Let's say men to men, men to women. How do they greet each other? What's the personal space? Is there a lot of physical contact, or they like just talk? The expressions, the hierarchy. So the roles. Is it like really visible? Like, oh, this person really differs to the other person, and the interaction also between you, the locals, and foreigners versus local with locals. So as you come in, either a local or a foreigner, you can see what's going on. But also behavior, like how do they communicate? What are the greetings? How is it different than what you do? What do they say? How do they say it? And things like gifting. You go, especially at dinner, you go, first of all, you should find out etiquette-wise what you should bring. Make sure you find out so you don't make mistakes. Because let's say bringing alcohol to a house of a practicing Muslim, not a good play. And then when you're at table, look around. What are people doing? How are they using the cutlery? Who's serving first? Who's serving who? There's some you have to ask. You can ask ahead of time if you have a trusted person there. But these are all the small things that you can pay attention to and can give you an insight. Sometimes it's let's say a society which is, as we saw in the cultural values, low power distance, meaning like there's less of a hierarchy. Then you can already tell from how people relate that that's more what it is. And if it's the opposite, where the boss is always better dressed and is kind of straight, serious, looking without smiling, and then the employees are differential, then it's the opposite. So then you should also find out make sure you call the person by respect. And it's always better to start with high respect and then go down, meaning like they say, oh, please don't call me Mr. Kovacs, call me Peter, then the other way. So these are just small tricks that you develop over time. So when you don't know, you know what should be your best assumption in a way that from that point, if you're incorrect, it's easier to correct in a way that is not offensive. Now, people might be aware that, oh, this person, look, that foreigner, they look different. They might expect mistakes. But if you don't make mistakes, or you make less mistakes, then they see that, oh, this person is different. He took time to try to learn. So all these things of like showing respect and appreciation and effort will make it that the other person have a higher appreciation for you and might go out of their way to try to help you. So that's why curiosity is very, very interesting. So when Philip went to Egypt for the first time, he was happy to finally meet in person some colleagues that he worked for a number of times. So it was Noor and Ashraf. And when he came to hug Noor, and those above guys, he seemed to freeze and be highly uncomfortable. At first he thought that maybe he smelled bad in the summer heat in Egypt. Oh, actually, Noor is a woman, sorry. So he started to observe to see if Noor reacted the same way with other people who hug her. But then what she noticed is that nobody hugged Noor or any other women, or even men. So that's he thought like, oh, it's not just, oh, maybe it's the way I hug is like there's no hug at all. So in greetings, he noticed between men were handshakes, and the greetings between men and women was no physical contact unless the woman would reach out. So it started to dawn on him that the greetings were different in Egypt. And although he felt like he knew these people well, he never had the opportunity to greet them in person. So, because they always communicated by email and Skype. So the next time he met Noor, he could feel Noor tense up. But instead of hugging her, he said a simple hello, good morning with a big smile and kept his distance. Then Noor returned the greeting and then she added, thank you. You see, Noor realized that Philip was unlike other Canadians who just be kind of cluelessly come and do what they did at home without even thinking. That Philip was thoughtful enough to notice that Noor was uncomfortable. So it's awareness not just about you, but about the other people. And then when there's something, again, tricky, like, oh, why is that going on? Find that, observe, and you can find the solution, either by asking, in this case, observation. Now, how to use these observations? So you can do some research, check your assumptions versus what you notice. And when you notice discomfort, like in the case of Noor, then find respectful ways of asking a trusted source. So don't ask like somebody acts in a way that you don't expect. Don't be like, hey, why do you do that? They might get defensive. But you can ask indirectly. And you can ask a trusted friend like, hey, come from a place of, how say that, of need, of like, I'm so sorry. Like, I know I'm new here. I make many mistakes. I'm not very good with cultures. Do you mind explaining me this situation? So this way of asking instead of why are they holding hands? You see, different. So, and coming back to what I said in the beginning, be humble and patient. These are key, and curious. These are the 3 key skills I would say that can help you in the journey to become culturally intelligent. Exercise, journal, and reflect. So write down what you observe in let's say, a new situation with as much detail as you can. And share these thoughts. You can come to the group or with somebody which you trust. And then the next day or a bit later, reflect on how things changed. How are they different or not? Cool. So try this out and let us know how it goes.